Hi guys, I'm going to do a little meditation stream side. At the end I'll show you the stream. Let's take a moment to dive deep. After 30 years of practicing meditation, I've begun to experience a lasting equilibrium and even a sense of joy that follows all the time. Even when there's troubles and challenges at the back of my mind, there's always that sense of belonging to that source and belonging to each other. So let's take a moment to pause and take 5 deep breaths, diving deep into this moment and the bliss that's available to us now. First deep breath, I am calm. I have a calming impact on my environment and on other people. Second deep breath in silence. Drinking in the music of the spheres of love. Third deep breath. I am loved, I am love-worthy, and I am loving. Fourth deep breath in silence. Fifth deep breath. I am love-worthy, I am one with that ocean of love. I am a body of bliss and love. Now let's take a moment to look at these newest chapters from my book. I have just finished a book that I am considering calling You Can Meditate Everywhere, as you see, and you can know love as one with yourself in that experience. So I wanted to take a look at the chapter I'm calling Enter the Confident Heart, as we go through that process of learning how to make the effort towards daily meditation. And it's not always easy. It was difficult for me, very difficult when I first started. Even a minute a day seemed almost impossible. But if we take a little bit of time to nurture ourselves, to remind ourselves, and we set aside some time to meditate, even a minute a day, we begin to find ourselves changing for the better, recognizing that that bliss is truly within us. It becomes our direct experience. Then even if the Buddha came to me and said, bliss is not you, I would say you must be kidding. Enter the confident heart. There is a love within us all that knows nothing but the highest good as self. There is a power in us that is so mighty that it can raise the dead and bring new universes into existence, as the yogis attest. The heart is confident in this love. It says it is normal. It is the everyday experience of the yogi. The heart that wins the war with distractions will never know failure. Let us enter the confident heart now, so that we might enjoy the good of belonging to a life that is completely satisfying. The sages, who are surely the most confident of all souls, are very eager that we learn our lessons in this school of life, starting with the most fundamental lesson of learning to trust ourselves. Queen Kudala, enlightened yogini, stated, "I delight in myself, hence I am radiant." Yes, it is a joy to feel real confidence like her, and so great a thrill to help others embrace it. Eckhart and other sages who lived thousands of years before their time did nothing but work that others could enjoy this great bliss of belonging to the self as spirit. Let's pause there just for a moment, take another deep breath, and invite that realization of ourselves being one with Source, being one with the beloved, by whatever name we might call it. Next line. One might say that Eckhart's central theme was to inspire us to enter fully into the Godhead now, as he did, and as so many other sages have. He reminds us that we should find our source all generous and eager to help us learn the lesson that will root us in the heart of self-effulgent love. Confidence, soul confidence, moves us as nothing else ever could. It moves us straight to the direct experience of samadhi over time. Knowing that we are made of naught but the one substance, spirit, we will be made whole. In a way, we will move beyond every trace of the created into the unlimited transcendental realms, even as Yogananda and so many others have claimed and experienced and shared with others directly. Vasistha taught Rama about the oneness of all events connected with the reasoning, confident heart in this way. He implored Rama to remember his counsel to see that, like a crow landing on a coconut at the same time the coconut began to fall, life is connected in subtle ways that lead our hearts to freedom and the highest self-actualization, self-bliss. He elaborated by stating that the crow and coconut did not have a connection other than this bliss of the self which maintains all. One might assume that the crow may have caused the coconut to fall, but the reality in the case of the illustration of the meditation master is that there was a simultaneity in their purpose to fall. And it's also this idea of the fruit falling spontaneously symbolizes enlightenment. At least this is the beginning of the absolute freedom we experience as we realize the soul, freedom from all karma. And again, Yogananda reminds us, we are already there, we are already that, and the sages all do with one voice. In this way, the heart grows calm and also confident to discover that it is already beyond the domain of cause and effect, equilibria. Remaining at peace within with a steady mind, we gain all the confidence and experience of the sages themselves, just as Vasistha taught Rama, and I would say Yogananda taught to his disciples Christ as well. Quieted, we are able to laugh at the seeming separation of things. Seeing plainly that everything is connected as love, that everything is love, we begin to find a great bliss entering into our minds, hearts, and bodies as a wave of perfect confidence, as fearlessness. That is only normal. It is the way life was meant to be. Once we experience this empowerment, we move on from victory to victory, or as St. Paul said, from glory to glory. Let's pause a moment again and take a couple of deep breaths. Staying with that energy, that divine energy that's in us and in all things. It is their very beingness, their suchness, their true identity, unlimited. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you. Let's take a look now at one more paragraph. Then we'll take a moment to pause and maybe look at the stream and discuss. Yes, we enter the confident heart as we learn to trust ourselves, as we learn to transfer the feelings of trust, faith, love, and joy we feel when thinking of the saints and sages to our own self. We wake up to the soul spirit. We consecrate our own mind, then our brain and body too, as the saints promise. We become aware of ourselves as the one infinite consciousness, beyond limitation and beyond doubts. Yes, we become aware of ourselves as spirit. And so we feel the whole universe as our own intimate and unlimited body. Master meditators like Yogananda are explicit about this and repeat it constantly in their literature and talks. Trusting our true self, we fly beyond into the domain of God consciousness or cosmic consciousness, as the yogis attest, remaining full to the brim with love, peace, and joy. As Vasistha stated, fullness fills fullness, even in the emptiness of sunyata, or the calm, completely silenced mind, absorbed in source. So as we begin to learn the value of daily practice and take some time to go into beautiful environments and just sit quietly for a moment, thinking a positive thought, taking 5 deep breaths, remembering that the sages promise us that we are loved and that we are one with that ocean of love, our mind begins to shift quite spontaneously, quite naturally, towards an understanding of grace, and understanding that love is sufficient for us, that grace is sufficient for us. It doesn't matter what our traditional, what religion we're born into. It doesn't matter that we even are born into a religion or embrace one. What matters is that we understand how the mind functions from deep within, knowing that that spirit is omnipresent and is in all our body cells, all our brain cells. If we can focus fully all of the power of all those trillions of brain cells on one thought, on divine love, we become absorbed into it, and we experience a kind of euphoria, a bliss that is certainly akin to the samadhi, to the nirvana that is promised us as we continue to meditate. And even more, that is promised is really our true identity completely here and now. That is my own experience in meditation. I don't say that I am a perfected meditation practitioner, but I do know that this works that it heals people of anxiety like myself, of depression, and it gives us a sense of awareness of our own skills that we can share with others. I've been writing for 15 years. I've finished 15 manuscripts, and this year, instead of going back to my position as an educator, I'm going to do what I can to begin to publish. 14 of the books are self-published. I'm looking to publish this one, possibly through Monkfish Publishing, and continue to bring you videos that are valuable and work towards maybe making something viral so that the message can get out to more people. So please take some time to enjoy this page, peruse it. There's a lot of really good content. I promise you a lot of it is from Yogananda and other master meditators, and I've taken my best shot at 30 years of meditation and contemplative practices, 10 years twice a day now, averaging about 2 or 3 hours a day, and I'm working about 5 hours a day meditating now. So trust me, it really does work. Kriya Yoga is an advanced technique, and it's allied to all the other ones that are very advanced, such as the prayer of the heart, contemplative prayer, loving kindness meditations, and self-inquiry. There's different levels of the Kriya process, and as you get to the top of the last process, is very similar to the self-inquiry in many ways, as the mind becomes very calm and recognizes that it is one with that source directly. Again, this is my own direct experience. I have plenty of learn to grow and learn, but I can promise you that even a little bit of meditation begins to help us find a profound peace, and if we stick with it, even a kind of euphoria that can be called nirvanic or close to samadhi. Now, I just wanted to take a moment here to pause and look at one other chapter that might reinforce all of this for those of you who have stuck with me this long, and I appreciate that very much, more than you know. I'm working towards 10 watch hours a day. If I can do that, then I can monetize this site, and that would help me so much. I think it would help a lot of other people too. So the best thing you can do with that, subscribe if you haven't, like and share, and leave a comment. The comments help a great deal. It helps me to know what you're looking for, what you understand, what you want more clarification on, what you might understand better than me. So let's take a look here. Another chapter, Enter the Successful Heart. And I'm looking to have success now as an entrepreneur with my books and videos. My friend is making a documentary on me in meditation, and I deferred and said, let's make it about Kriya Yoga and the masters and the aspiring masters in all of us. Enter the successful heart. When we start with the truth that we are successful, that we are complete, that we are spiritual beings, we will understand that being successful means being our true self. Not all of us are interested in being very wealthy, very pretty, very educated, but we have our own humble goals. If we can start with those and successfully analyze them, we will begin to understand what it means to form our goals in healthy ways. So let us remember that when we enter into our heart, we will already be entering into the very heart of success itself. And it is a perfectly happy and successful heart, indeed. The successful heart does not know defeat. St. Paul reminds us that love conquers all. When we pursue a path that is wise and holy, that is complete in itself, we will understand that we never really lacked anything. Then even our holy wishes will come true, and they will help others to enjoy the same kind of complete success that we have come to enjoy. See, success and love are very closely linked in reality. When we use the affirmations we have chosen for the day, and we repeat them with courage, faith, love, we find ourselves growing healthy, wealthy, and successful on every level. Entering the successful heart means paying attention to the love that has already taken us so far, a love that employs us and empowers us to live a life that matters. Now, we may not always feel that we love our regular work. It can actually be tiresome. Our coworkers or clients or students may sometimes enervate us or irritate us, but love keeps us going, and that helps us find meaning in our work. It helps us find a way to embrace the path of bliss that will lead us to success on every level. It will enable us to live lives where we can share and care, and also to begin to master our own destiny. Entering the successful heart, we will find ourselves growing calm, confident, and cool. We will find ourselves staying focused and forging new patterns of success universal patterns, patterns that are wise and wonderful, and certainly that influence us even now. So this really does come from my heart. I have been practicing assiduously for many years and finding a lot of bliss, a lot of grace. I don't think we have to be perfect meditators to share from the heart, to begin to aspire to enjoy life at its very highest level, the way that so many different kinds of sages and saints have. Some were businessmen like James J. Lin, whom Yogananda called Saint Lin. Some were paupers, some were illiterate, some were kings like Rama, Vasistha, Janaka, Krishna. These were sages of the very highest order, people that are even worshipped now by billions of people, such as Krishna. And or Christ himself, who knew that the king is really spirit, the king's soul abiding as one with spirit. If we look at the original teachings of Christ, they're really identical, and there's a lot of evidence that Christ himself spent time in India, which is recorded in the spiritual traditions of India. So I am glad to be in dialogue with you. Let's learn to think deeply and to go for the goal of self-realization, that bliss that we can share with all. Take a moment to take a look at this stream if you like. It's a beautiful spot. I used to fish here and catch a few trout. You can see that it's pretty clear now. Looks like there's a crayfish down there. A lot of minnows over here. Maybe there's some trout hiding in the weeds. Some flowers on the far bank. There were a bunch of turkey vultures up there a moment ago. Maybe they were bending low to hear something about bliss. I certainly hope so. May all beings be happy. Please like and share, and leave any comments you might have. Lots of love.